Hi everybody, Mike Chapman here. I'm your instructor for MTR1600. Sorry about the issues with Blackboard over the last week or so. Uh, definitely, definitely trying to play catch up here with IT and some of the Blackboard folks. Anyway, but this little piece of the video, I'm just going to talk about myself, the syllabus, and the schedule. We'll of course adjust the schedule. Because of these issues. And luckily, these issues occurred at the beginning of the semester, so we got plenty of time to catch up. Um, Under the syllabus and course information, you can see here my name, email, phone number. Office hours. I don't have an office on campus, but I'm there on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. If it looks like I'm going to need to make up some office hours, I can use one of the kind of general offices. We'll just play that by ear. But in the near term, just shoot me an email or send me a text or whatever, and I'll get back to you and we'll figure that out. As far as the syllabus is concerned, let me walk through it real quick. We'll click on it. Here we go. So a lot of these are boilerplate information that you see on a lot of syllabi, but here's the course description. The course is about climate change. Not only do we look at the atmosphere, at the beginning we're going to look at the fundamentals of the atmosphere. Sometimes that gets overlooked in climate change classes. But I want you to have kind of a fundamental understanding of how the atmosphere works as far as the chemistry of it and those types of things. So the first module will center on that, along with some kind of basic climate principles. But we'll also talk about in addition to the science, we're going to also talk about the social and political aspects. I'm not a highly politically charged professor. Some professors like to get into the politics a lot more than I do. It will come. It will definitely come to light. Not only the direct politics of what people will say are deniers versus alarmists. Which ends up happening in politics. You end up just polarization occurs, and most of us get stuck in the middle. But there's also things that have occurred politically that will come across in this course that I think will be new to you guys. So anyway, it's just have an open mind, and I think you'll enjoy this course. Prerequisites. There's no co-requisites, just minimum performance standards. Not a big deal. Here's the textbook. Hopefully you guys have already picked it up and started reading a little bit of it. And then here's different pieces that we are required to throw into the syllabus. Yes, so still more boilerplate. All of this stuff has to come in here. So you can read through this. Here's an outline of the course. So we start out with science, climate system, also the atmosphere, I should add there. And then we get into the energy balance and start looking at evidence of climate change, both natural and anthropogenic. And then we'll have a midterm, of course, in March. If these dates need to change, I'll definitely let you guys know. Since we're getting a little bit of a late start, they may have to bump back a week or so, but I'll let you know. And then we get into other pieces of the climate system. Here's the grading. So like I told you in the announcement, I'll just get rid of one of the quizzes. So the 6 quizzes will be worth this 35%. Midterms 10, finals 15, and then the assignments are 40%. So I've already gotten an email that somebody was having a hard time uploading their assignment. So just start working on it and let me know periodically if you're having troubles with Blackboard. We know now that I'm having some troubles with it, so it wouldn't surprise me. And we'll adjust accordingly. Here's just kind of a funny pie chart. And then the grading scale, pretty typical. I like to give A's, A minuses, B pluses, B's, because there's a big difference between an A work and A minus work, and vice versa, B plus and B minus work. If you do go through and really do well in this class, I have the option for an A+. So I don't hand those out lightly, but every now and then I will. Different assignments, this talks about it. The assignments are specific to the country that I assigned. If you're not on that list, let me know. Please don't plagiarize. That's actually cheating. If when you do these types of assignments, you're going to have to take information from a source and put it into your blog or report or whatever. Just reference it. It's not a big deal. You don't have to be embarrassed that it's not your information. In fact, other people's information backing up some of your statements is actually a really powerful thing in science. So we'll look through the first assignment, and if you're not citing things properly, then we'll discuss it. But go ahead and look that up and figure out a way to reference things, and you'll be good to go. Quizzes and exams, mainly multiple choice, short answered, and they're time limited. So they're open note, but you better have your stuff kind of organized since it is time limited. I don't want you to run out of time. Anyway, and then quizzes and exams must be done individually. I don't accept late work. We do these modular, so first module is 2 weeks long. Now we're going to adjust that, and I'll adjust the schedule accordingly. But just plan ahead and get it figured out. And I don't necessarily mind if you're working together, if you've got friends that are in this class, except for on quizzes and exams. You got to do those separately. Like I said, this goes through classroom code of conduct, response time. So this is all boilerplate stuff that you can feel free to read through. As far as the schedule goes, let's go back. Sorry, let me just click on that guy again. Course schedule. Of course, this is going to get thrown off a little bit. So once I get everything uploaded in the next day or so for Module 1, then we'll move some of these dates around. And then we'll get back on schedule. Start working on Assignment 1 though, and then Module 1. The main issue I had with Blackboard is they ported over a class on top of mine, and then I've just been getting crickets out of IT to get the correct course ported over. And then now there's issues with the modules and things like, or if they port it over directly on top of this, it's going to eliminate the assignments and things like that. So I'm working out how to get the modules over without messing up what's already there. So it's tough. Anyway, and I'm not the greatest at Blackboard. I'm learning as we go. Anyway, but have no fear. This is going to all iron itself out, and we'll get back on a good schedule. But like I said, I'm not gonna give you guys 2 days to get something done that typically should have been 2 weeks to get done. So we'll get it all kind of moved around. We'll get the quiz schedules back up and running and that kind of thing. Midterm, tentatively, the first week of March. If we throw this stuff off, though, it might end up being the second week of March. We'll figure that stuff out. And then if we have to combine towards the end, if we have to combine some of these last 2 quizzes, we will. We'll just kind of figure that stuff out as it goes. It's pretty heavily weighted on the front end for work, but since we've had this week, it's probably not as bad. And like I said, I'm going to get some things changed, and then towards the end, you're going to have to get some assignment 3 and 4 in. So we'll see. I'll see if I can't get maybe assignment 3. I may push somewhere around spring break, at least just to open it up to where you guys can take a look at it and work on it over spring break. So it would just be this week. Anyway, we'll let you know. Let's go back here. Oops. Sorry about that. My internet's a little bit slow too. Give it just a minute to load back up. Anyway, I look forward to kind of sharing with you guys kind of my unique look at climate. My background is I was a scientist at the National Center for Atmospheric Research for 15 years. Now I am a chief science officer for a company out of Boulder. It's a tech startup, and they're commercializing a lot of the research that I did at NCAR. So I'm a meteorologist by trade. I've had a lot of graduate level climate and atmospheric science courses and things like that, on top of my meteorology degree from Metro. And I've taught for a long time. I've taught this course, let's see, this is my 5th time. And it changes each time. But this is the first time I've had such a big problem with Blackboard. Anyway, the rest of the information here, class syllabus, policies, course alignment, these are all boilerplate types of things that Metro requires. Let's see, for the rest of Blackboard, you've got modules here, assignments here, quizzes and exams, grades. Let's see, the blog piece will be uploaded here. And I think that's about it for this session. The modules themselves, I'm going to break up topics. I'm hoping to do them in like 10 or 15 minute increments, so you're not sitting there going, oh my gosh, this is 50 minutes of this guy talking and 700 slides. No, what I'll do is break them up into like 4 slides a piece for a specific topic. That way, when you go back for quizzes and things like that, you can go back to those YouTubes and take a look at them. I'm also going to figure out a place where I can upload those PowerPoints. I'm going to figure that too. It'll also be in. I'll probably add a content piece to this. I just have to figure out how to do that. Anyway, look forward to this semester. Email me or text me. If you do text me, just tell me your name and that you're in MTR1600. I have a 1400 class I'm teaching now too. So, feel free to text, and especially text me if you send me an email and you don't get a response within a day. Then likely it's because you're sitting in my spam folder or something like that. Text, I usually get back fairly quickly. Anyway, thanks, and should have the modules, at least the first module, kind of zeroed in on by this evening or tomorrow morning. Thanks.